We talk a lot about trauma, childhood trauma, relationship trauma, the things that happen to us in our lives, and those conversations are super important and really necessary and oftentimes very powerful. But there's also a form of trauma that almost nobody's talking about right now. And I would argue that it's affecting more people than anything else. And that's what I like to call chronic self-override. Most of us are doing it every single day, and your nervous system is constantly communicating with you. And it's always sending these little signals, right? You get a signal that you're thirsty and you drink and you find balance. And it seems pretty simple, but what happens when the signal is exhaustion and you say not now or push through, you know? What happens when the signal is sadness and you're like, I don't have time for this right now? And what happens when your body is screaming to slow down and you set that boundary that you need rest, and yet your response over and over again is, that's not important right now? And here's what happens. Your body registers that as abandonment. And every single time in the small, quiet microaggressions against yourself, and over time that accumulates into something that the body experiences as danger. And this is where it gets really real for me, because I actually lived this. I thought that my fatigue was a capability problem, and I thought that I wasn't strong enough or disciplined enough or resilient enough, but it actually wasn't that at all. And I was super exhausted because my body stopped believing that I would listen. So it stopped asking and it went into survival mode. And that's what burnout actually is. It's not laziness. It's not weakness. It's actually what happens when the reciprocity between you and your own nervous system collapses. And when a system goes into survival mode, everything becomes binary and everything becomes threat management. And even healing can turn violent and it becomes fix yourself, harder, push through it, you can do it, be better. And here's the thing, is that you can't force your way into coherence. It happens when the self-override ends. And that's when something really amazing starts to happen, that your body and your nervous system start to come back online. And it's a coherence in your system, and it's about partnership with your body. And it's a felt sense, right? You can feel the energy. It's consistent. It's clean. It's grounded. It's trusting. And at some point, your body's like, I'm done for today. And there's no collapse, and there's no depletion, and there's no fear of stopping. It's just sacred reciprocity, and you're listening. So if you're in burnout right now, I want you to know that you're not broken, and that just because you survived by abandoning yourself doesn't mean that you can't change the pattern. So I want to invite you to book a free discovery call on the link in my bio and start to rewire your burnout and start building a life that your body doesn't have to brace against. Because the coherence returns when our internal conflict ends. And that's it. That's like the whole thing.